So, if you're looking to maximize the speed to which you can build muscle and shred body fat, today we're going to be looking at what are called SARMs. And if you haven't heard about them already, I'll give you some high level understanding. But these can be a nice alternative to using anabolic steroids. And I will share the pros and the cons and if they are safer or not compared to anabolic steroids. So let's get into it. And make sure you stick around to the end because I'll be sharing two of the best SARMs, in my opinion, for specifically weight loss and maintaining, if not building, more muscle. What's going on? My name's Andy J, and I'm here to support millennial men as we age into our 40s and beyond. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Today, we're going to be talking about some tools or supplements, whatever you want to call them, that are categorized as SARMs, and that they can really, we're going to look at if it's a good alternative and to consider this if you really want to accelerate your gym and weight loss progress. But before getting into good stuff, don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know if you've tried any SARMs, your experience, positive or negatives, your thoughts on that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I come out with new videos to help you on hormone optimization, how to feel better, how to have more energy as an aging millennial man, improving sleep. There's just so many different topics that I cover on this channel. I'll be continuing making more videos, so be sure to be notified for that. So what is a SARM? Let's uncover some of the mystery of this. So SARM is an acronym. It stands for Select Androgen Receptor Modulator. Basically what it's doing is it's specifically targeting your androgen receptors. So those are like more of the growth type of receptors to trigger things to work more for building muscle, shredding body fat, things of that nature. But they're more of like the building type of hormones. So one of the benefits that people say about SARMs over anabolic steroids is that SARMs, being its selective nature, will specifically target muscle, bone tissue, which you could argue will minimize some of the side effects that tend to be associated with anabolic steroids. Some common SARMs specifically for weight loss is MK2866, and I'm probably going to mispronounce these names because I don't hear them that much. Ligandrol, it's L, and then the name is LGD4033, and then Cardarine, which is GW50, 15, 16. So those are like the chemical names for them, or the scientific nomenclature, or whatever you want to call it. But some of the benefits for weight loss, specifically in men, is SARMs help to retain lean muscle tissue, even when in a calorie deficit. So that's like something that always appealed to me about SARMs or made me interested in them, is if I was going to, for example, put myself in a pretty aggressive calorie deficit, SARMs are really good at protecting that muscle tissue. So it'll help you maintain and preserve more of that muscle tissue when you're trying to cut calories. They've been associated to help boost metabolism and increase fat oxidation. And like I said before, from a side effect standpoint, they're less stressful on the liver compared to a lot of anabolic steroids. So they could be considered as a healthier alternative. Now, there is nuance to this. I know some people might be running through the comments saying they're about the same, but it does seem like, depending on different SARMs, there are some that are more gentle than others. There are also SARMs that you could argue are just as harmful as anabolic steroids. So you have to be really careful on which ones you choose. I could make other videos on that as far as getting into deeper specifics on individual SARMs. Now, one thing that I would have to really emphasize about SARMs is that you do need to be monitoring your testosterone levels, because there has been some evidence to show that SARMs do suppress your natural testosterone over time, very similar to an anabolic steroid. So in some ways, it almost might be good to use other tools to boost your testosterone while you're using a SARM. I made some other videos on even natural ways to boost testosterone, so you don't necessarily have to be supplementing with testosterone, but it's something to keep in mind and something to definitely monitor with blood labs to make sure that your testosterone isn't getting too suppressed if you would decide to use SARMs in your own supplement regimen. Another thing to keep in mind is that these are research chemicals. These are not FDA approved. So you do take these at your own risk. A lot of them are newer on the market. There are some that have been around for a long time, and there are a lot of anecdotal and some studies to back them up. But that's also something to keep in mind, that there is a risk factor here. And so some people will actually argue that steroids are actually a better alternative, even though they have more side effects, because there's more research behind them. So kind of take that information as you will and weigh the pros and the cons. A good way to minimize risks of SARMs is generally take them on more limited cycles. So between 6 to 8 weeks, it could be really safe. And then you just monitor how you feel. Like I said, monitor your testosterone levels. That's very, very important. That can also be really useful. Also, make sure that you're maintaining your foundations, getting enough sleep, minimizing stress, making sure that you're eating the right amount of calories that your body needs for your specific goals. These things are also really important. And to cover my own butt, it's really important that if you do decide to do this, to always consult your trusted healthcare provider to make sure that you are on the right page. Hopefully you have a doctor or some other health practitioner that you can ally with that is generally more open-minded, and then they can help guide you in that process. So the Cliff Notes summary of all this is that SARMs can be a great tool to assist you in building muscle and cutting body fat, but there are certain risks. It's not like a magic silver bullet or anything like some people will talk about. So understand that the main thing that I like to really emphasize is there is some risk of suppressing your own testosterone, but if you do short cycles of it, it can help you a lot. If you're, for example, aggressively cutting calories for a short period of time, it can help maintain and preserve your muscle tissue. So as I said, there's a reward to staying to the end of this video, where I'm going to go over a couple of the best SARMs, in my opinion, for fat loss. So the first one is Austrian MK2866. And this is one of the most well-researched SARMs, apparently, for preserving muscle wasting. And why it's great for weight loss is it has a strong anabolic effect that helps retain lean muscle mass while in a deep caloric deficit. It promotes fat loss by improving metabolic rate and insulin sensitivity. So there are some health benefits there as well, which that sounds pretty good. It seems to be a safer alternative than a lot of the anabolic steroids out there for these reasons. And the typical recommended dosing for this is about 10 to 20 milligrams per day. What's recommended is start with a lower dose, see how you feel, limit your cycle to about 6 to 8 weeks. And if needed, you may want to follow up with something that could help boost your testosterone a little bit, but you want to monitor that. The second SARM to talk about is Cardine, and that one's also called GW501516. And I guess it's not technically considered as SARMs because of its mechanism of action, but it's typically categorized as a SARM just in bulking it together, because SARM has become kind of this buzzword, but I guess by its action of how it works, it's not technically a select androgen receptor modulator. So how it actually works is it's technically what's called a peroxisome proliferator activated receptor delta agonist. So what this basically means is it directly assists in the fat burning metabolism process, increasing energy expenditure, improving endurance for more intense workouts, things of that nature. So it's a little bit different in that sense, but pretty interesting. And it does not suppress. So this is also kind of fascinating. So it seems like this is one of the few, and I guess maybe because it's not technically a SARM, it does not suppress testosterone. And there has been some evidence to show that it helps reduce the bad cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol, and improve overall cardiovascular health. So this one seems really interesting as far as some additional health benefits. Now, the dosaging, what is recommended is between 10 to 20 milligrams per day for about 8 to 12 weeks. And of course, monitoring your blood labs and all of that is very, very important. So I'd be curious to know if you've tried these out before. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're finding this information useful. Share this with your friends. Let's grow this channel because it still is a new baby channel. I think that's it for now. About this time, you should see some videos posting around here that will relate to this topic, so you can dive deeper into some other subjects to help assist you in your weight loss journey. So that's it for now. Let me know if you have any other questions. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you soon.